Hello and welcome people to Iron Port, the #1 platform for all maritime activities in Ghana. It is made possible by Ghana Revenue Authority, Goyle PLC Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Meridian Port Services, and Phoenix Insurance. Iron Port is powered by Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Viewers, this week we are taking a look at building a safer sea experience through harassment-free ships. This topic comes on the back of the celebration of the Day of the Seafarer last month, which was celebrated here in Ghana, which highlighted the pressing need to eradicate bullying and harassment on board vessels in the maritime sector. We had this discussion with Awudu Inusa, who is a Principal Maritime Administration Officer with the Ghana Maritime Authority, as well as Captain Georgina Jupap, a retired seafarer and currently serving as a maritime safety and security consultant. Take a listen.
You have been there, you've seen it, you've done it. I just want to find out from you what a harassment-free ship means to you as a person.
Yeah. Just like my colleagues immediately said, harassment actually comes in different forms.
Yes.
And recently, it's so been identified that it comes from even royal palaces, board rooms, schools, and even homes.
Right.
So that is it. However, the environment of the ship, where the ship operates, is by itself isolated and confined.
Right.
Meaning, if you add harassment to it, it will then become either significantly or exponentially very difficult to deal.
Right.
And that is where harassment issues are very important to discuss now on the ship. Again, you may not necessarily, like you said, for me as a girl, as a lady at that time, I was part of the pioneers.
Yes.
The system itself had not even applied or prepared itself to think in lines of women at sea.
Right.
But with this harassment issue we are talking, it's not just for women or ladies at sea. It's everybody who works on the ship or offshore.
Yes.
Can experience harassment.
Yes.
Most often times people think of harassment on the ship. First of all, being a lady, they will ask you about, were you sexually harassed or something?
But that was going to be my next question. Whether you have personally experienced harassment whilst you were active in those days.
So sexually, no.
Right.
But bullying and being targeted at, being given laborious jobs, it's all part of harassment that personally.
For instance, the fellow will say, you say you want to be at sea. This is a male-dominated area. So now go and do this particular job.
That is exactly. Right. People just try to do that. However, there's when you reflect, those times you didn't probably think about it because there were no policies in place. You were not aware of it. Yeah. Even if there were, you were not even aware of it, that this is bullying. Yeah. Like he said, culturally and other things were in place. Yes. However, now you know that it's bullying and it is harassment. A lot of harassment now when you reflect, like somebody deliberate, senior high or your colleague or anybody can, target you where you are giving the 3D jobs. When we say 3D jobs, you're talking about difficult, dangerous, and dirty jobs. Right. So you are often assigned to those jobs. Yes, obviously other people have to do it, but it's like you have been targeted, to do it. And on the ship, most people also come in harassment and pretend to be toughening you up, but they have this subtle way of harass. Now that when you look at the definitions that they've brought up and the definition you reflect, you look at it from that point and you know that
this was harassment.
It was harassment. Yes. It was harassment. Yeah. So you had. I would say when it comes into these definitions, yes, I was bullied. I was targeted at. Yes. I did the 3D jobs,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes
The difficult, the dangerous, and the dirty jobs.
Yeah, that's the 3D jobs.
So which ones would you classify as such?
Oh, okay. Like, you may have to go, yes, into the hatch to work
Exactly.
daytime.
The hatch looks like, does it look like, which one is
The
the
hatch is where for navigators you work on deck.
Yes.
The ship is at sea. You have bad weather.
Yes.
You may have to go and secure, or even if you are not securing it,
Yes.
the crew are to secure it. You may have to go and supervise them
Yes.
to do it,
Right.
and it's quite probably 2:00 in the night.
Right, yeah.
And probably, you know, so when you have been targeted at, then you will be probably called to
Yeah,
go
to
and
go
do
and do
that
that.
one. You know, that's when we say the job definitely has to be done.
Yeah.
But it's where you have been targeted. That's where I'm coming from. Then you know that you have been, you know, you are being harassed.
Yes.
Now that you look at it.
Yes.
But it came under the pretense that I want you to be tough.
Yeah, that's true.
That is where it comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, but it doesn't look like, you know, on a vessel, you have people of diverse backgrounds.
That is it.
Their culture, their whatever. And so somebody might take an action without knowing necessarily that this constitutes harassment. How do you go about it?
Yeah, currently, in our time, there were no policies, in actual
Right.
fact.
Yeah, you
we
mentioned,
didn't even
yeah.
have any policies. We didn't even know, even if they were, weren't aware
Yes,
of them.
yes.
So that was it. But fortunately, these days, we have manuals, we have awareness,
Yeah.
like what we are doing now.
yeah.
We have posters and all those things, publications talking about harassment.
Yes.
And it's a big issue in all industries.
Yes.
So this awareness had come up.
Yes.
Again, you also have the hierarchy,
Yeah.
you know, of authority on the ship. Very, where generally in all institutions, you would have expected that the higher ups in the hierarchy, it's expected of them to motivate and inspire
Yes.
the junior staffs or the lower staffs.
Yes.
You look at your colleagues and you assume that they will be your checkmates, you know, so whilst you are working. And you as a person, it's your responsibility to make sure that your juniors or the next generation, you know, you motivate them and inspire them. So that's what you would have done.
Right.
But on the ship, yes, we have this hierarchy as well, but it is also a teamwork to the point that efficiency is based on teamwork on the ship. And you have to take all that into account,
Yes.
knowing that people come from different nationalities. People have different genders now. People have different stages in their life that they are doing. And therefore, we should be able to have a teamwork where there will be no humiliation and bullying. That is very, very important.
Absolutely.
And with that, you have an efficient working condition on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah,
You are one of the pioneers in terms of, you know, having ladies, you know, being on board vessels as seafarers. What's the situation now? Do we still have, you know, female seafarers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now it is the big thing. And almost all young ladies in science base who really want to go into it. And the industry itself is looking for ladies, you know, to work on it.
Right.
So, and it's not only working on the ship, it's in the whole maritime industry. You know, you saw something and you said the wind farm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's offshore.
Yeah.
And it's a maritime industry, and lady engineers, you know, will have to be working there.
Absolutely.
So it's not just flying the big oceans and everything, but offshore oil exploration and all of those things are part of the sea. They are all seafarers, you know. Again, I also come back that it's not just for ladies that we should be talking about when it comes to harassment.
I know.
Because
I know. I'm just bringing it because you've been one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because sexual orientation is different these days,
That's
and
true.
it doesn't affect only ladies. You know, so so many people could be harassed sexually as well in different ways, not necessarily ladies.
Absolutely. Let me come to you. You are from the regulator, the Ghana Maritime Authority. I want to find out from you, what are some of the common complaints? That's if you receive some from seafarers. What are some of the common complaints they come with?
Okay, before that, I would like to said some of the issues to add to what Captain said.
Yes.
Okay. Currently, we are having more females
Yeah.
responding to the
Yeah.
call.
Okay.
Yes.
Even at
Right.
the university.
To adopt seafaring as a vocation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is this agency, Hafnia.
Apnea.
Yeah, Hafnia has a policy to recruit more female
Female from
seafarers.
Ghana.
Probably we would have to interview him one day.
Right.
Engineer Dilamte.
Okay.
Yes, they have this policy of recruiting more females. And my observation from the data at the Maritime Authority, we have more marine engineers, female, who want, there are more marine than we have of the
Navigators,
deck. Yes,
yeah.
the navigators.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, like you mentioned, you see some of these things, they are cultural.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm communicating with you and some of my gestures may be insulting in your culture, but I'm not aware.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some of these things, that is why the ITF decided, the ITF and the ICA decided that let's catalog. There are some that are universal.
Right.
Irrespective of the culture. This is wrong. Universally, it is acceptable that such conduct,
Wrong.
it's wrong. Yeah. So those ones, the ITF has catalogued them. And then it has become such that it started as a guideline, okay, but it has become part of the Maritime Labour Convention.
Right.
Yeah.
And also the IMO, the
SOLAS.
IMO, the ILO, Joint Tripartite Working Group have become there's a lot of attention on this matter. Something that started as a guideline. They wanted it to be part of the law so that it's not just a guideline, but something that should be enforced by the Maritime Administration.
Right.
So it has become part of the Maritime Labour Convention Regulation 4.3 of the Maritime Labour Convention now deals with that matter.
Right.
It speaks to it and then refer you to the document that was prepared by the ICS and then the ITF.
Right.
So anything that was mentioned by the ICS as IT and ITF as harassment constitute harassment per the Maritime Labour Convention. Now with the reports, you know, some of these things, first of all, I think a number of people are not aware. And sometimes when it happens to, especially with females, they are reluctant to report. Okay, so sometimes what we do at the Maritime Administration is when people walk in to apply for certificates or to be served for some services, we sit them down and then you have a chat with them.
Right.
In what I've observed is sometimes when you are talking to the person is not comfortable. You must be able to build a rapport. He or she should have some confidence in you. And once the person opens up, yes, then you will really hear some of these things. I've had some experiences with female seafarers, very young seafarers.
Yes.
Initially, I wanted them to join in the World Maritime Day celebration, but I thought it was a bad idea later because the vessel owners will be watching, and I didn't want blacklisting of any.
On your account.
Yes, the seafarers. So the Maritime Administration decided that no, it wasn't a good thing to do. But the last person that I spoke to, a young lady, I think she's about 23 years.
Yes.
The captain is a Russian, and she thinks that whatever she does, like Captain mentions, when the males do the thing, they get commendation. When she does it, she is forced to work extra hard before her output is appreciated. And some of the comments that the captain of the vessel, he says sometimes she's working and then she says she's tired, and then the captain says, but my bed is there, so you can go and relax in my bed. And she did not take kindly to it. And some of the things comments that they made, she's a very assertive lady.
Yeah.
And she tells me that sometimes they commend her, but behind her back, they make uncomplimentary remarks about her. And she's had the occasion to confront some of them. Why did you do this, or why did you do that? And some of the people, she wouldn't like to work with them again. Yes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so these are the things that we are trying to avoid.
And mostly they are in the minority. You can find one lady in the midst of men, in this. And so it makes her quite uncomfortable because if it is what's happening to her, she's been, given the 3Ds, and she's also being talked about or gossiped about.
Exactly.
She would not feel comfortable.
Exactly.
I see.
So probably on the cruise vessels, she may have companies, even if they are not seafarers, but with the containers and then the bulk carriers, that's a very difficult experience.
Okay, so let me continue with you. As regulator, what are you doing to ameliorate the plight of seafarers?
So
in terms of harassment, so to speak.
Yes, so the sensitization is on, and then the Maritime Administration we've made available some numbers that seafarers can call. Unfortunately, I don't have the numbers here.
Even whilst at sea?
Yes, whilst at sea, they make use of our email addresses, info@ghanaMaritime.org, to reach us. Yes. So these ones, we made it available so that at every point in time, if any seafarer is in distress, he or she can reach us.
All right, viewers, that was an excerpt of our discussion on how the maritime industry can break free from harassment on board ships from the Ghanaian perspective. Remember, this is the abridged version. For the full conversation, check with our YouTube at Iron Port, and you get all that was discussed in the studio. Now let us hear a few comments that were shared with us during the live discussion. After, we will go on break and then return with more news. Stay tuned.
Juliet Kofi from Nungwa says, this topic is very dear to my heart. As an aspiring seafarer, I am often anxious of the prospects of being on ships for most of my lifetime, but I fear harassment. Abba from Tema says, very timely discussion. Ship owners must be held accountable too. Sometimes they just ignore reports to save face.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP, Wufilia, huh? Wubefi. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena. You're right. You can complete an entire insurance process for the purchase of any motor and other insurance products, from onboarding to issuing a motor insurance sticker and policy certificate, all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serene Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately.
There you have it. Serena is not just a tool, it's an innovation by Serene Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302 246319 or 0302 246644 or any of our branches, agencies, and brokers spread across the nation. You can as well connect with us on our WhatsApp chatbot. FIBA is waiting to assist you. Make the future predictable with Phoenix Insurance. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom.
Welcome back from the break, viewers. Now let us take a few news and activities from the port sector. The Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanya-Kulono, on Friday 11th July 2025, received the new Flag Officer Commandant of the Eastern Naval Command, Commodore Solomon Asiedu Labi. The visit, which took place at the GPHA headquarters, forms part of Commodore Asiedu Labi's stakeholder engagement efforts following his appointment in May this year. The two discussed areas of improved maritime security, particularly in the wake of the commencement of 24-hour operations at the port. The meeting also discussed strengthening collaboration between the Ghana Navy and GPHA, particularly in the areas of port safety and joint operations to safeguard Ghana's territorial waters. Commodore Asiedu Labi expressed his appreciation for the critical role GPHA plays in national development and assured the Director General of the Navy's commitment to deepening cooperation for the mutual benefit of both institutions. He commended GPHA for the support it continues to offer the Ghana Navy, which has ensured a lasting relationship between the Port Authority and the Ghana Navy.
Additionally, to express gratitude to the huge and massive support the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority have been giving to the Navy over the years, technical services. Whenever we use cranes, it's made available to us, berthing, towing, and tags, and also to emphasize the critical roles both organizations play so far as Ghana's maritime development is concerned, and to stress the need for further cooperation and harmony rather than competition to achieve a common vision for the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
The Director General of GPHA congratulated the Commodore on his new role and reaffirmed the authority's willingness to collaborate closely with the Eastern Naval Command to ensure the safety and efficiency of port operations.
I also want to thank you for your support. I know when we have issues, you are readily available to support us in terms of security and other related issues. And in Takoradi, for instance, we have a naval officer who is a port security officer supporting us there. And it is our hope that this support will continue to the near future.
As part of its commitment to maintaining a safe and secure working environment for both internal and external stakeholders, the management of the Port of Takoradi, in collaboration with the Minerals Commission in the Western region, has organized a 2-day training workshop on the safe handling of explosive substances. The operations manager at the Port of Takoradi, Robert Opoku, explained that participants were strategically assigned roles to enhance operational safety. He emphasized that the training was tailored to make staff more conscious of the hazards involved in handling explosive and to instill a strong safety culture that protects not only workers but also the broader community and the nation at large. He expressed confidence that the training will significantly enhance port operations and help GPHA meet international safety and operational standards.
Port of Takoradi has played host to numerous hazardous substances. For this reason, it is very important, very imperative that our operatives who come in direct contact with these substances are trained and formed to be conscious of the various hazards that are associated with such substances.
The Director of Port of Takoradi, Captain James Richmond Quayson, reinforced the importance of the training, describing it as a strategic effort to align port operations with global standards. He stressed the need for strict adherence to the safety measures introduced during the training to ensure the creation and maintenance of a safe and internationally compliant maritime port environment.
The management organized this 2 days workshop for all GPHA and stakeholders who handled ammonium nitrate and then explosives in the ports, to educate them about the requirements of the Dangerous Goods Code, the do's and don'ts, the best practices, so that handling, discharging, transportation of dangerous goods in the ports, especially the ammonium nitrate and then explosives, will be handled without any danger to our staff, to our stakeholders.
The training held for managers, officers and operatives focused particularly on the handling of ammonium nitrate and other explosives that transit through the Port of Takoradi. A pull-out ceremony has been held for the Fire and Safety Manager of the Port of Tema, Deputy Chief Fire Officer Cynthia Adjaklo. The Director of Tema Port, Tebon Zuma Esquire, lauded the remarkable contributions of DCFO Cynthia Adjaklo, describing her as a pillar whose dedication and leadership laid a solid foundation for the Port's Fire and Safety Department. He urged staff to emulate the outgoing manager whose unwavering commitment, professionalism, and pioneering role as the first woman to head the department is commendable.
Cynthia, your unwavering commitment and tireless efforts and passion for your work have inspired all of us. We will remember you for your counsel and all the projects you led, your dedication to safety standards. Cynthia, we are going to miss you, no doubt, but we are extremely excited for the adventures that await you. May your retirement be filled with joy, relaxation, and in pursuit of your passion.
In her remarks, DCFO Cynthia expressed gratitude to GPHA management, her colleagues, and stakeholders for their support throughout her journey. She also appealed to management to continue resourcing the department adequately to enable it to operate at full capacity.
Through it all, God has been good to me all my life for His protection, guidance, and sustenance. My journey from a teenage clerk to the first female manager of GPHA Fire Safety Department is nothing short of a divine orchestration.
After more than 4 decades of distinguished service rising through the ranks to become Deputy Chief Fire Officer, DCFO Cynthia Adjaklo officially brought her career to a close at the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. 22 participants have successfully graduated from a rigorous 1-month forklift training program organized by the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority's GPHA Learning and Development Division in collaboration with the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, CILT Ghana. The certification ceremony held at the GPHA Towers in Tema marked the completion of the second cohort under this initiative, which aims to improve operational efficiency and safety within Ghana's ports, logistics space, and among external stakeholders. Welcoming attendees, GPHA's Learning and Development Manager Chewa Boaten said the forklift training program forms part of the authority's broader commitment to building human capacity as well as generating revenue through targeted professional development offerings.
At GPHA, we remain committed to building capacity through practical hands-on learning. This forklift training program, carefully designed and delivered by our dedicated team, is a testament to the commitment. It forms part of our broader income-generating initiatives, showing how we can leverage on internal expertise to create value while contributing to the authority's organizational goals.
She also revealed that 3 additional training cohorts are planned for 2025 under the division's transformation agenda, reflecting the growing demand for specialized logistics training in line with modern port operational standards.
We are proud to note that this is our second cohort for the year, and plans are already underway to roll out 3 cohorts before the end of the year. The strong interest and positive feedback we have received so far assures us that this is a worthwhile and impactful program.
The Human Resource Manager at the Port of Tema, Joseph Kupin, commended the program facilitators for delivering a robust and practical curriculum. He stressed the importance of upscaling in a dynamic labor market and encouraged the graduates to keep pace with evolving trends in logistics and port operations.
Training, skills upgrade, knowledge acquisition is very key in today's knowledge economy. And I will urge that after today's graduation, you should keep adding on to your knowledge and your skills. As you hit the job market, it's not going to be easy, and the only guarantee for you to land the job will be connecting with people in the industries, as well as keep sharpening your skills as advised by the L&D manager.
Representing the President of CILT Ghana, Vice President for Finance, Laksin Liga, congratulated the graduates for their discipline and commitment. He noted that the training goes beyond forklift operation, instilling values of safety, accountability, and professionalism.
Today is not just about the completion of a forklift operator training program. It marks the beginning of a journey towards excellence, responsibility, and professional growth in the logistics and transport industry. Your commitment, discipline, and passion have demonstrated that you are ready to become a valuable contributor to the most essential sector of our economy.
A graduate of the program, Vuvo Emmanuel Edem, expressed gratitude to GPHA and CILT Ghana for the opportunity to gain industry-relevant skills.
All the facilitators, I believe they are great. And if I should have any other facilitators, I'll choose them. They motivated us, and I would say they are part of the journey, because without their motivation, a lot of people, I think, would have lost hope along the way. So I thank them.
The Forklift Training Initiative is one of several ongoing capacity-building programs championed by GPHA as it positions itself as a hub for professional maritime and logistics training in the sub-region.
Let's now turn our attention to the global stage and pick a few international news. Swiss container shipping giant MSC is set to invest over $1.2 billion in fleet expansion with a new order for up to 6 LNG dual-fuel container ships at a Chinese shipyard. According to Greek shipbroker Intermodal, MSC has recently contracted CMHI Hyman, a shipyard under China Merchants Industry Group, for 3 firm and 3 optional 22,000 TEU LNG dual-fuel container ships. The price for each unit is estimated between $206 million and $210 million. That is more than $1.2 billion in total if all options are exercised. The new builds are slated for delivery in 2027. With the latest shipbuilding deal, MSC continues its ordering spree at Chinese shipyards. While the overall new build market is experiencing a slower growth rate, the alternative fuels order book saw a total of 151 vessels ordered in the first half of 2025, with LNG dominating as the clear fuel of choice and accounting for more than half of the order book, according to data from Classification Society, DNV. Numbers on DNV's Alternative Fuels Insight platform show that new orders for alternative fueled vessels reached 19.8 million gross tons in the first 6 months of 2025, exceeding the 2024 figure by 78% and indicating that ship owners prioritize future-ready assets in response to regulatory pressure, fuel availability, and long-term decarbonization goals. The 78% year-on-year growth in gross tons was marked mainly by activity in the container segment, as well as notable orders in the bulker, tanker, and ropack segments. In today's Word of the Day segment, we will tell you what we mean when we say offshore wind farm.
Offshore wind farm. Offshore wind farm refers to a group of wind turbines located in bodies of water, typically at sea, designed to capture stronger and more consistent wind to generate electricity with power transmitted to onshore grids by underwater cables.
This week's health and safety tip focuses on keeping a correct sitting posture.
Seating posture. Seating with a straight back and shoulders can help prevent common complaints such as lower back pain and a stiff neck. Good posture means that the key parts of a person's body are correctly aligned with the right amount of support from muscle tension.
It's now time to take a look at the schedule of vessels that have berth in the ports of Tema and Takoradi, like the ones lined up behind me, those at Anchorage and those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana action rates, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. This brings us to the end of this week's edition of Eye on Port. We hope you've been informed and educated. Remember, all Eye on Port content can be found on our YouTube channel at Eye on Port. Subscribe, like, share our videos. Thank you for watching.